Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number 63. And this one we're reviewing the 850th episode of the anime. I'll be back, Luffy's deadly departure. And the 914th chapter of the manga, Okobore, Town of Leftovers. Yeah, let's start with the newest episode of the anime. This one's adapted from chapter 878. Basically, this pretty much finished adapting the rest of the whole entire chapter. Yeah, it pretty much covers pages 6 through 19. Yeah, roughly 14 pages. Yep. Yeah, this is one of our longer chapters of the series, I should point out. Yes. And yes, they do confirm the fact Pedro is definitely dead, but Pedros, the guy who lovesick his tongue out, who has got a cool outfit and great cane, supposedly died in the last episode, but nope, he survives, despite the fact that he has lost one of his arms. He lost an arm, a leg, and he's a mess. Like, there's blood coming out of his face. Yeah, I'm still curious, how in the world does this guy survive basically an explosion like this? I mean, yes, the explosion basically sort of disabled his candy devil fruit, which caused Brook and Chopper to be free. I kept thinking, like, okay, I know Frank Leon that they do get the ship away, but do they get the sharks up on board? They technically don't. What they do is they do something quite unique. They take a rope and tie it up to it. They probably get it later on in there. And Jinbei is told about the whole purpose of the cola, where the whole purpose of it is basically it's the ship's energy to get it going for the coup to burst. And he's even taught how to do it via a tune dial. And I'm like, wow, that's something straight out of Skypiea. Yeah. I should point out, though, they took a lot of these dials from Skypiea because apparently they were lying all over the place. So they took like a bunch of these things. And I gotta admit, basically, so what Frankie did at some point, probably after he got the ship, he probably found this tune dial and probably recorded the entire thing of how it's basically Frankie's book of navigation. This is probably how Jinbei becomes the official helmsman for the ship. Yep. So after the thing is full, pulls it and the thing goes flying in the sky. And I love the Big Mom Pirates' reaction to seeing the coup de burst. They're all shocked. Yeah, this is a typical expression for everybody who sees the coup de burst for the first time. Yeah, everybody is shocked. Like, everybody's jaws are dropping, like, that ship can fly? Wow, that's cool. Yep. And of course, Big Mom herself, the explosion gets knocked over, though she gets back up and starts biting on the ship. Yeah, she does do this in the manga. And of course, by the way, she's like this up until chapter 901. That's where this is finally stopped at. And of course, Luffy's kind of still continuing his fight with Katakuri. And so Broly decides to stick her head out of the mirror. And so Luffy drags Katakuri and Broly back to the mirror and sets up their fight, which in the manga, this went on for a good, after this, 14 chapters. Half the time, basically, whenever they showed these particular fights, they only took up 2 pages. It's like the last 2 pages of a chapter, bam, let's continue it. And only about 3 of the chapters actually spent an entire chapter progressing this fight, because half the time this fight pretty much took its sweet time to progress forward because they focused a lot on the outside stuff. But in the case of what Sanjay Pudding and Lola's sister, I don't remember her name, where they go to the cake, that basically does not handle for another several chapters in the manga. And of course, yes, it takes a good long while for the German 66 to show up, to return to the manga. It takes them a good, I'd say 12 chapters to finally return. Yeah, it takes them a good long while to finally make a comeback. Yep. This overall was a really good episode and good progression of plot. Now, overall, right now, there's exactly 24 chapters left to adapt for this entire arc. Yes, 24. And there's exactly, overall, there is currently 36 chapters left to adapt. Now, my personal guess is, and this is just a theory, of that right after they finish up Whole Cake, we're probably gonna get filler. Yes, we're probably gonna get filler once this arc finally finishes up. So with only 24 chapters left to adapt, either this be finished up in exactly 24 episodes, which means they'll finish up by episode number 874. That's one possibility. Or two, it might wrap up by at least episode 880. I know that the Whole Cake arc will take up this entire season, and it'll probably finish up either by, at this rate, probably by the start of next year when they finally finish this arc, because this arc in the anime has only been going on for like a year, and in the manga, this went on for 2 years. Yes, 2 years. And in the anime, it's slightly longer right now than it is in the manga. Yeah, in the manga, Whole Cake arc was by far the second longest arc of the entire series. Longest was Dressrosa. And I've heard some people considering the fight between Luffy and Katakuri to be the best fight of the entire series. Not only post time skip, but the entire franchise. Yep. And this overall was a really good episode. Oh yeah, and also they do show a flashback of Carrot's training with Pedro, and he repeats his quote from the last episode, like, everybody has their own turn, and he says to Carrot she'll have her own turn soon. Carrot does briefly fight Katakuri before he goes into the mirror world with Luffy. Yeah, and Luffy says to him, "Get your foot off, Carrot." Yeah, and then he goes to his hockey mode and goes to the Gum Gum Elephant Gun. Yeah, so overall, really good episode. Alright, now let's talk about the newest chapter of the manga. If I can get to it. Okay, the chapter itself starts off with looks like it looks like Red Hair Shanks at Windmill Village. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yes, it does. Yeah, so so chapter starts out. It looks like not long after. Yeah, the chapter is definitely ordered the town of leftovers. Yeah, that's the actual name of the chapter. Okay. Chapter out with the little girl Luffy met pretty much at the second chapter of this arc. Yep. I think it's the second or third chapter. And she's told, like, even though she's kind of better, she's like, it's poisonous to your body, and don't drink from the water again. It's like, yay. And it's like, she's hungry. It's like, oh, I gotta drink. Where's shame? Where's shame? I need the water. I need water. The river. Stop right there, Otama. And then we cut to Luffy and Zoro getting bandaged up by a huge woman. Yeah, and basically Zoro points out, though, that she's a huge woman, and Luffy says Big Mama's bigger. It's a bit late to introduce myself, but I am Okobore, and it's explained here that use the term special dress so you only used by a male samurai. Okay. I'm glad the fact they put it there. It's like, no, can't. Yeah. And of course that even though she's trying to refuse, but yeah, she can't, even though she doesn't have any money. She's like, it's free. Just take it. It's like so delicious. It's like first time eating that. It's a luxurious meal. Best day of life. And Zoro basically introduced himself as Zoro Jr. or Ronin. And Luffy's like, I'm Monkey D. He's Luffy Turtle. That's right, I'm Luffy Turtle. Yeah, my guess is, like with Dressrosa, they have to basically use aliases while they're in another country because they have recognizable faces. Despite the fact Luffy looks completely different. For one thing, he still has a straw hat, which is nice, and he has like a topo thing, which is no one samurai have. And they even talk about the samurai who was harassing her in the last chapter. Like, you're foreigners, right? You talk strange. Okay, yeah. And they talk about the Katakuri clan. See the cute little girl sleeping. Yeah, she looks so adorable. Like this place, of poison, and of course some arrow, and then we see this thing, which is called Gifter's Batman, Bat Smile User. Yeah, that's him. I'm like, seriously, what the heck? Calling him Batman? Okay, fine. And then we see Zoro take out his sword and start a brawl with the guy. Then we see another character named Gazzle Man, a Gazzle Smile user. Okay. We see Eldra, I think that's her name, is riding on the thing. And then she tells Luffy and Zoro to hop on. Like, chase after. Says, I am a samurai. Yep. Big brother Luffy! Yeah, she's like saying that. It's like, let's do this. And then chapter it's like, what? Okay, he's like, wait a second, there's no way causes trouble. It's like his crew's reporting to, of all people, Trafalgar Law, not in disguise. The only reason I know it's him because I've seen his face. Despite the fact he's wearing kimono, he's still wearing that silly hat he's had since he was younger. Yeah, that's the thing with Trafalgar Law. He's very rarely seen without this hat. He's had this hat since his little kid. He's altered, thanks to his death rebuild, he's altered a lot. And luckily enough, they do give, in the way this online, they do give like meanings to what the stuff I talk about. But yeah, it's kind of funny to end it with Trafalgar Law, especially as no one has seen this guy in the manga since the end of the Zoo Island arc. Yeah, and there he is. He's just yelling like, Luffy can't cause this trouble. Like, something must be going on. We have to stop this idiot. We have to stop those idiots. And everyone's like, aye aye, Captain. Okay, let's make some move. Yeah. After waiting a couple weeks for this particular chapter, it's nice the fact that you get a chance of reason, which is nice. Yeah, so far, absolutely fantastic chapter. I'm looking forward to next chapter. Hopefully, we're not going to take another break again. I did hear a rumor that the reason why, even though that we had just came back from break, we took a break last week. I had heard something that usually by August, they do definitely have a break around mid-August. Yeah, I heard this from King of Lightning, where this is nothing unusual for Shonen Jump to do. Actually, in fact, do this. This is nothing unusual. This is known procedure when it comes to them. Basically, every mid-August, they do take 1 week off, despite the fact maybe some series may have already taken a break already, so they're just taking their break. Yeah, so this is nothing unusual. Apparently, this is no procedure. I heard this from King of Lightning, alright? So yeah, not much else to say. Fantastic chapter of the manga. Great episode of the anime. I'm looking forward to seeing this big brawl between Luffy and Katakuri. I know a lot of people looking forward to this fight for quite a while because it's been fantastic. It was fantastic in the manga. Maybe the anime might make it a little bit better. Who knows? Okay. So yeah. So next video is going to be a comic corner. Okay. But until I see you on the next video. Bye.